Hi, everybody. My name is Cassie Greenlee-Karp. I was asked by Miss Mernon to just share my process for creating a calendar for foundations through my role as foundations lead. I am the foundations lead for Global Arts Plus, and this is what I do. I like to get all of my resources set and ready so I can just easily toggle between spaces. I have my copy of the foundations calendar outline that was given to us at the beginning of the year. I'll just be showing you what I did for quarter two, my quarter two suggested lessons. And then I have an A-day, B-day calendar. So I know what's an A-day and what's a B-day. Our sixth grade and eighth grade have foundations on a different day than our seventh grade. And then I also just have my Schoology group open to the quarter two lessons in case there's anything in here that I like to or need to reference. The first thing I do is I just kind of look through these lessons and see if there's anything that I want to give my team a heads up for. So a lot of times I'll use this suggested lessons outline to see if there's anything the team needs to talk about or support with. So for quarter two specifically, I looked at grade 7 because they had a lot of things about sexual harassment. And I know we had a lot of support on that in our foundations lead meeting. And so that's something I just wanted to make sure the team was aware of before I gave them those lessons. Then I populate my calendar. So here is quarter two. It began on November the 5th or the 14th. I create a link to the quarter two lessons so that if staff clicks on this, it brings them right to that suggested lesson sequence. So they have all of their resources all in the same spot. Once I complete this calendar, I will go in and I will add it here so that they have access to the calendar. I use the same calendar the whole year. So if folks want to save the link, they can use the link throughout the year. The next thing I do is I add A days and B days in so that staff know if it's an A day or B day. I'm using this calendar here, and this is generated specifically for my school. I'm not sure if this is something you all have access to. We needed one at our school because we are a K-8 and we have a little bit different scheduling. So that was really important. And then the next thing I do is I go through and I look for breaks. So when do we not have school? When are we gonna need a reset? When is mid-quarter that kids will need, hey, this is a good time to do a grade check for. Right before winter break, I give everybody, I call it a free space, a spot to be creative, to work on community building, to use some of those optional activities, just so that folks can really have a dynamic space. I also did the same for when we returned from winter break, so that they could have that space to just reset, to hold a circle, to have some community building. And then what I do is I plug in all the lessons. So I take it grade by grade. I let them know, hey, it's lesson number 1, and it's going to be a second step lesson. Or it's going to be, hey, it's lesson number 7, and it's a PLP. And all of these numbers are in reference to this document, again, the suggested lessons and how they're laid out. Once I have this calendar completed, then I'm going to send an email to staff and I'm going to say, hey, everything is in there. Here is your outline of lessons. Here is your calendar. And then this was my, hey, 7th grade, let's touch base because we have some special things that I want you to be aware of. And that is how I map out the calendar.